I'm Carmen with Crafting with Carm, and today I'm going to show you how to make 11 cards out of 2 half sheets of 12 by 12 paper. I think it'll be helpful if I show you the cards first, and sometimes during this video I might insert a picture so the video might lag, but I thought that I'm going to try it this way. So here's the cards. You're going to make 4 cards of this style on various sheets of whatever colors of cardstock you choose. There's my 4, and later on in the video I'll explain why you don't really want to use black. Then you're going to make 2 cards that look similar to this. I added a little embellishment there, and I'll tell you why paper direction comes in important with these 2 cards. So you got 1 and 2. Then we have 4 cards that do this. So you can use ribbon, or you could do a belly band, or you could just leave everything off. And they open, and you've got your strips of paper. This is why dark cardstock is not a good plan, because I couldn't stamp happy birthday right on there. So I had some scrap pieces handy and just did that. And then this is your last bonus card. So you're going to use all 4 pieces of the paper. So 2 slides, front and back, and then your punch. And then I have also made these cards. And I don't have all of them, I had to use them. But on these, I used the same color background cardstock. And notice that I learned, and it's a smaller stamp, and I stamped right down there. So these were mine out of the nautical paper. This was my bonus one, and happy birthday, and happy birthday. I used those all for male birthday cards that I needed several for April. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First, you want to take a piece of Whisper White or Very Vanilla cardstock that's 8.5 by 11, and you want to cut 2 inches from this side, the long side. So I've got a sheet here. Hope you can see it. So you're going to cut 2 inches off. This is where you're going to get your punches. Then you need 4 pieces cut at 3 1/4 by 5. So here's your 5-inch cut, and here's your 3 1/4 inch cut. And you're going to end up with these 2 pieces of paper down here that are extra, which you can use if you use dark cardstock. So again, your pieces, you're going to cut off 2 inches from the long side. Then you're going to make a cut here at 3 1/4, and then here at 5 and 5 again. And I will have these written on in the video, hopefully popping up for you. Or picture, I'll take pictures of these and put them at the end also. Okay, so now we have your pieces. You can use any punch you want, and you can use any cinnamons you want, but now you've got your piece right here to do all of these. And you might have to have a few extra depending on how, or a few extra scraps of white depending how big your punch is. And then you have all the pieces for these white right here. This white right here, okay? Which you're gonna make 4 cards. So then, I wanted to show you a little bit about your Designer Series paper. So this is the Designer Series paper I had used in the samples. We went along and stamped online. It was a Facebook Live. It was like an hour and a half long. So I'm just going to make this video instead of stamping along. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. But this is the paper I chose, and I wasn't really paying attention, and it definitely had an upside. I would suggest, if I ever did this again, to use paper like this one that has no right or wrong. It's much easier. Now this one has a little bit of right or wrong because most of the leaves are pointing upwards. So when you put them in your paper to cut, this is how your paper is going to be. You are going to want all these facing these directions. So when you put it in your paper cutter to cut for the first time to get your half sheet, you would put it in and cut it this way to get your half. because then when you turned it this way, all your pieces would be good. So if my paper cutter was sitting here, I would not cut the paper to make it look correct to me the first time. Because when I would lay this, if you put this on here like this, all of my pieces would be upside down or backwards. Because you want these long, narrow strips. So this would be cut wrong, okay? This is not to do. So for this one, and I'll show you the cards when I get them done. It might not be today, depending on how good I am at editing this. This is the paper I'm going to choose for my next set of cards. And I'm going to actually do them both sides so I can get 22 cards. And these are the paper choices that I chose. The Mint, Cajun Craze, and Crumb Cake. And I think these colors will look good with either the front or the back of these. So let me show you on the paper where exactly each one of these pieces goes. So here's our diagram. Sorry about that. So for these pieces, you have your piece of paper cut. We'll go with this one. You have your piece of paper cut like this. It'll fit right on here. Well, I guess this one's not quite. I didn't cut this right. Then you're going to cut 4 inches off right here. And then either way you want to do it, you're going to cut them in 1.5 strips and then by 3. And those pieces are going to go here. So you're going to have 4 cards and you just flip them either way you want. Notice on this one I've done the outsides the same, or you could make them all different. It doesn't matter. So that's where these, in a sense, you're going to do this with 2 different sheets of paper. So you're going to have 12 of these, okay? Because you cut 2 pieces of Designer Series cardstock in the beginning at 6 by 12. So then these pieces, they go to this card. Now, this is where I goofed. On my original one, I didn't realize I'd cut the cardstock wrong. So everybody else's cards went this way and opened this way, and this was in the middle. Well, not mine, because I oofed. So I did them this way. Now this little band right here is going to come off from over here. It's 3/4 of an inch. And these, oh, I think I forgot to tell you, you need 7 of these punched out with different words on. Then there's some ribbon here. Now, the original one had 22 inches of ribbon, and they had it this way, and this was right here, and then they had just a bow hanging down. And I'm sure you can find pictures of them online, or I might try to insert one here. I didn't like that. I thought it used too much ribbon, so I just cut some ribbon in half and put it right here. Okay, so that's these 4 pieces will make you 2 cards. Either this direction or this direction, depending on how you want to do them. Now these strips right here make this type of card, and you will make 4 cards. So this gets folded back. You fold it in half, and you can put mono adhesive there if you're not using a belly band. And then you score it at 1 1/4 and fold it back on itself. And then these strips right here go here. And then you stamp here. And then you can either tie it with a ribbon or tie it with a ribbon, leave it plain like I did on the guys' cards. Or you could cut a piece of designer series paper from another pack or a similar pack that was, or from regular cardstock that was 9 1/4 by an inch or less wide, and wrap it around. And this could be a belly band card. So I hope this is clear. The first thing you need to do, let's review. I had some Post-it notes and I forgot to use them. Is you're going to cut the 2 inches off first of your white cardstock. Then make your punches out of that, and you'll need 7 of them. Then you're going to cut your 4 pieces that are 3 1/4 by 5. So you're going to end up with this little extra piece, these little extra pieces down here. Then you want to cut your designer series paper 6 by 12. And then you can do this in sections and cut them like you need them. Oh, I think I forgot to show you these. So when you get done, you're going to have these extra pieces up here. And who needs extra pieces? You can make 1 bonus card at the end. That's why you need 7 of these. Layer them like this, using all 4 sides, or you could do 2 and 2 and make it just a grid. And it can go this way or this way also. I did some extra stamping on this one. Can you see? Maybe. I just did the background stamp on this one. Just give it some extra oomph. On these cards, you are laying your 3 pieces on top of the white that's 5 by 3 1/4, and you're going to need 5 inches of ribbon. That's this 5 inches of ribbon here. Then these 2 cards, if you do a bow, they say 22 inches of ribbon for the bow, and you can stack them on top of each other and put the bow and use this strip from here. These 4 cards, you are folding back and scoring 1 1/4. It's best if you use small words. You can use 12 inches of ribbon to tie around it, or 9 1/4 inches of designer series paper by 1 inch or less wide. Your belly bands don't need to be that wide. This is your bonus card with the sentiment in the center. Okay, I will definitely put pictures and some handwritten instructions as I go on along in the video, but just remember that I sat down and made these cards because I used all the same cardstock, just picked one that matched. I had these cards done in less than 30 minutes. And that was 11 cards. And if you use both sides of your 12 by 12 paper, you could get 22 cards done. So look for these. This is retired paper, but I thought it was pretty and would make great guy birthday cards, which I'm in desperate need of. So look forward to seeing these posted also.